Hey everyone, Eric here. So, before we dive into how to beat procrastination, I've got a little confession to make.
Yep, that's right. To prepare this explainer on not procrastinating, the very first thing I did was procrastinate. I made coffee, I checked emails I knew weren't urgent, I even organized my desktop icons. Sound familiar? It's like we've all got this little procrastination demon on our shoulder, right? It whispers, hey, just one more YouTube video, or you can start tomorrow when you really feel inspired. It just pins you down until the very last minute when the anxiety angel finally swoops in and you're stuck pulling an all-nighter. So why do we do this to ourselves? Well, the book End Your Procrastination in One Go has a pretty powerful answer.
All right, let's get into it. To win this war, you've got to know your enemy. And according to action innovation coach Ohira Nobutaka, and this is a guy who's coached over 20,000 people, we're talking Olympic athletes, top executives, the whole deal. The enemy is not at all what you think it is.
And this right here is a total game changer. For years, we've been beating ourselves up, right? Calling ourselves lazy, telling ourselves we just need more willpower. But the author says, forget all that. Procrastination isn't some moral failing. It's a biological feature, an ancient self-protection instinct that's literally hardwired into our DNA.
The science behind this is called the status quo bias. Just think about our caveman ancestors for a second. What was their brain's #1 job? Stay safe, conserve energy. Anything new or difficult, like hunting a mammoth, was a massive risk. So the brain's default was, whoa, let's just stay in the cave where it's safe and predictable. Well, guess what? Your brain hasn't really changed. When it sees write a 5,000-word report on your to-do list, it sounds the exact same alarm. Danger, uncertainty, energy drain. And it immediately pushes you towards something easy and instantly rewarding, like scrolling your phone. It's not you being lazy, it's your brain doing its ancient job.
So this is the actual tug-of-war happening inside your head, 24/7. You've got your logical prefrontal cortex saying, come on, this is important for our career. But then you have the limbic system, that's our procrastination demon, and it's just screaming, no, danger, let's do something easy. And because our instincts are way faster and more powerful than our logic, the limbic system almost always wins. That's why just try harder is such a terrible strategy. It's like trying to stop a freight train with your bare hands. You're just going to get worn out.
Okay, so this is probably the single most important mindset shift in the entire book. We have it completely backwards. We wait to feel motivated so we can take action. But the science of behavioral activation proves the exact opposite is true. Action comes first. The moment you start doing even a tiny thing, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine, that feel-good chemical. That dopamine is the motivation. Motivation isn't the cause of action, it's the reward you get for taking action.
So if the problem is that big tasks set off our brain's ancient alarm system, the solution is actually incredibly simple. We need to make the first step so small, so non-threatening, that the alarm never even goes off. And this is the core strategy, the silver bullet to short-circuiting procrastination for good. It all comes down to this number, 10, the 10-second action. This is your new secret weapon. It's an action so ridiculously tiny and easy that your brain doesn't even see it as a threat. It just shrugs and says, okay, fine. Its only job is to get you in motion. It's the spark that starts the engine.
Let's use an example we can all relate to, that 5,000-word report. The very thought is paralyzing, right? Your brain's alarm bells are screaming. But what about the 10-second action? Just open a new document and type the title. Can you do that? Of course. Is it hard? Nope. Your brain doesn't even put up a fight. But here's where the magic happens. Now you're staring at a blank page with a title and a blinking cursor. You've already broken the inertia. The next thought isn't, I have to write 5,000 words. It's, well, I might as well just type out the main headings. And just like that, the snowball is rolling.
And designing these for yourself is super simple. Just use this formula, verb plus noun. Keep it physical and concrete. So instead of a vague goal like study, your 10-second action is open the book. Instead of clear my inbox, it's delete one spam email. The whole point here is to make it so easy that it's literally impossible to fail. You can't fail at opening a book. That tiny guaranteed win gives your brain a little hit of accomplishment, which makes taking the next step just a little bit easier.
All right, so once you've mastered the 10-second action, the book offers a whole toolkit of more advanced techniques. I pulled out 3 of my favorites. These are the pro-level moves for when procrastination gets really, really stubborn.
We're going to look at the pretend transformation method for when you're just not feeling confident, the timestamp method for when your day just seems to disappear, and the add a sentence method for those tasks that are just mind-numbingly boring.
First up, pretend transformation. This is brilliant for when you feel that sense of imposter syndrome, like you're not the right person for the job. You basically just role play. Let's say you're nervous about a big presentation. Ask yourself, how would Steve Jobs walk on that stage? Then you do that. You're not just you anymore, you're playing the character of a world-class presenter. It's a clever psychological trick that creates distance from your own self-doubt. By acting like a more capable version of yourself, you actually start to feel and perform that way.
Next up is the timestamp method. This is a powerful diagnostic tool for anyone who feels like their time just vanishes into thin air. Here's the key. You don't plan ahead, you just log after the fact. Every time you switch what you're doing, you quickly note the time and what you just did. 9:25 to 10:10, scrolled social media. The point isn't to make you feel guilty, it's to give you data. When you see in black and white that you spent 45 minutes in a time black hole, it makes you aware. It gives you the information you need to make more conscious choices about where your focus goes.
And finally, the add a sentence method. This one is for all those boring, repetitive tasks that we all have to do. You essentially gamify your life by giving the task a better story. So you're not filing expense reports, you're a secret agent organizing classified files to uncover a conspiracy. You're not cleaning the kitchen, you're decontaminating a biolab. It sounds silly, I know, but it works because it changes your emotional state from boredom and dread to one of playfulness and engagement, which tricks your brain into seeing the task as interesting.
So as we wrap up here, the real takeaway isn't just a bunch of clever tricks. It's about a fundamental shift in your entire mindset. It's about finally learning to work with your brain's natural programming instead of constantly fighting a battle you're destined to lose.
So let's just boil it down to the essentials. Number 1, stop beating yourself up. Procrastination is a biological feature, not a character flaw. Number 2, flip the script. Action first. Motivation will follow. And number 3, your key to unlock everything is the 10-second action. Make that first step so small, so unbelievably easy that it's almost ridiculous not to do it. So, I want to leave you with a challenge. Right now, think of that one thing you've been putting off, that task that gives you that little knot in your stomach. Don't think about the whole thing. Just ask yourself, what is the 10-second action that gets it started? Got it? Good. Now go do it. Don't wait. You might be surprised by what happens next.
I really hope you found this explainer valuable. If it gave you an idea or a new way of thinking, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe share it with someone else who could use it. It really helps more people find this content and, finally make peace with their brains.
And as always, we want to know what's on your mind. Is there a big idea or a book you'd love to see us break down next? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm Eric, and I'll see you in the next one.